Welcome back to my $50,000 bankroll challenge. This video is going to be starting off here on Patreon, and I think I'm going to move them over to YouTube eventually. So anyway, thank you for supporting me here if you are on Patreon. And then here's the rules and the best spread we've been using. If you're this far in, I assume that you probably know that by now, but what you might have forgot is that we are currently at 53,600 even, okay? So I just ended my previous video about 45 seconds ago. I try to do each one, or each set of those in the same week. So just try doing back to back. Anyway, 53,600, this should be correct since I just ended it. 50,000, and then 51, 52, 53, all right? And then this is 500. And there's 4 greens there, so that's 600. In fact, I'm going to take, I think, maybe 10 of those black ones here, and let's give you a $1,000 chip instead. Put that on top of our $5,000 chip. That way I don't have a huge chunk of chips back here. Do that. All right, and then otherwise, I'm going to get our cards shuffled up, and then we'll get started with 2 more shoes of double deck today. All right, just a reminder, this last little chunk is going to go right here in the middle. Whoa, got a 6 pop out of this. All right, and then we're going to take, and this is where the dealer says, choose your luck. So you take the cut card, put it somewhere like that, and then we are going to try to cut off right at 26 cards, or half of the deck. All right, so I was 1 card short on YouTube in my last video. So let's see if we can make the correction here. All right, that time I think I'm a little fat. I'm gonna say this is 27 cards. I'm over by 1. Let's try it. Let's see, here's the burn, or the cut card. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I was over by 2. All right, so I'm gonna take 2 of those off. Let's throw them in the middle somewhere. And so this is 26 cards, which is what our penetration was calling for in those rules earlier. All right, we have our minimum bet out. Ooh, I also need a burn card. Sometimes I forget that. Put that there. We'll count that up here at the end. Are you ready to count? Let's go. All right, nice little win there at the end with all those splits and doubles and things. But that said, I think almost half of our black pile there is diminished because we were getting a little bit smoked there on some of those higher counts. All right, anyway, I had a count of -2, so the burn card plus these should get us to +2 if we were correct. Not very many left because that last one was almost right when the cut card was coming out, so I don't think we have very many to go through here. Anyway, -2, so we need +2. We have D1, D2, D3, D4. Oh, we're going the wrong way. D5, D4, D3, D2, D1, 0, 1. This needs to be a low card, and it is. That had me nervous there for a second, but all those other ones worked out. All right, so this is +2, that was -2, so I think our bets were correct, but we had some negative variance there. All right, anyway, let me get these shuffled up and we'll do one more set of double deck. All right, again, this chunk is going right here in the middle. I'll cut it kind of halfway or so, put that at the bottom. And then let's try to cut off, we won't count out this time, we'll try to cut off 26 cards or half of a deck. There you can see the penetration. All right, got our minimum bet out. Here come those casino type sounds. Our burn card over there, ready to count. Let's go. All right, that time the count was kind of all over the place. I was a little positive, a little negative, but finished, I believe, at +2. So this plus the burn card should be -2 if we are correct. Let's try it here. We have 0, 1, 0, D1, D2, D1, D2, D3, D4, D3, D2, D3, D2, D3, D2, D1, D2, D3, D2, so I think this needs to be a neutral card. And oh no, was I off a little bit? Let me count that again really quick. 0, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 2, 3, 0, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Oof, dang it. All right, I was off a little bit on that one, I think. But I want to leave this in here as a great teaching moment for you guys. I think I may have done one of these in the past as well, where I was off a little bit. But if you're off at all, you should be incredibly disappointed in yourself. Like, I am very mad at myself right now that I'm off a little bit on that. I must have missed something along the way. And so, especially in double deck, I didn't realize it, but if you ever do realize that you are off while you're playing and you know that you are off, either one, kind of go back to what your previous bets were, maybe using some context clues. So maybe you're betting 2 spots of 300, which I know for me in this particular bet spread is a true count of +4. If I can kind of remember what those hands were, and you can recreate what that was and quick count it up in your head a little bit to see if you can get back, that's fine. And you can probably keep playing, if anything, err on the side of the lower count. But if you can't do that, and probably more likely than not, if you know you're off and maybe have been for a little bit, you probably need to step away. All right, if I were you, I'd just get up from the double deck, even if it's a no mid-shoe entry or something like that. Just pretend like you really got to pee and just say, hey, I gotta go, and run to the bathroom and back. And then that way it's better for you to not finish out that shoe and to not play while your counts is off a little bit. So anyway, use this as a teaching moment. I was off. That said, I am still going to count those up. I think we might have fought our way back a little bit, but I'm not quite sure if we are up or not for the session. So let me count these up and I'll get back to you. All right, got these all in the correct piles here. So we still have our 50,000 in orange. All right, and then these are in groups of 5. So 5, 10 would be another $1,000. So if that's 50, this is 51, 52. Okay, and then 52,100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 725. Oops. So 52,725. So I think we ended up losing a little bit today. Maybe it was in part because of my miscount. So again, do not be okay with being off even by 1 like I was there. You should be incredibly frustrated and you need to play until your game is perfect. Mine obviously today is not, so I need to keep practicing. All right, 52,725. 725, almost a well, not quite, I guess around a $900 loss or so, a little bit less, almost $1,000, but not quite. So anyway, that is it for session 10. Session 11 will be back on YouTube, and then session 12 back here on Patreon a little bit early. All right, so remember, until next time, this is A1 Blackjack.